Hi everyone, Love Coach Michelle Baxo here. I'm a little more casual than usual. I'm recording here from Waikiki. Got myself a little condo for a couple weeks, and after a extraordinary retreat for some business training that I was doing, and Tommy's joining me next week. This week is all my week. This was this extra week I decided to add into my life so that I could, I don't know, have the experience of working from Waikiki, see what that's like for a change. And, as last night I took myself out to this outdoor patio called Duke's. It's right on the beach. It was amazing. The food was good. The drinks were good. If you're on Waikiki, go to Duke's. But there was also this really cool live band. It was these two, a guitarist and a bass player. And there were these older, deep-throated, just cool guys playing these traditional Hawaiian songs, actually. And as the sun was setting, I just stopped and I was enjoying it. And I had this thought. And the thought was, oh, I'm traveling alone right now. Why doesn't it feel like I'm traveling alone right now? And I can't fully explain to you the sensation, this burst of freedom that I had with myself. But ultimately what I realized, it's that I'm not living a life of compromise. I'm in a fully committed, extraordinary relationship. We're rocking it. We're building our future. We're building our life. And it includes me doing a lot of stuff on my own too, because that's how I want it. That's how I love it. To me, I have vowed to myself to never again lose myself in a relationship, because what happens when you lose yourself in a relationship, you fall right out of love. You fall right out of love, and you never really know what could have been because you've lost connection to you. So I took myself, I got my check, took myself to the beach and just sat and enjoyed, fully soaked in that sunset. And there was no sense of loneliness, not like when I traveled when I was single, but not because I wasn't single. I was fully living a life. I am fully living a life that includes all of it. It includes this deep connection with myself. It includes a deep connection with Tommy. It includes an ever-expanding career. It includes fun, play, exploration, contribution, all of the things that are important to me. And I don't want you to hear this like these things need to be what's important to you. You're grown chica, you can decide what's important to you. It's not an either or. It's not the single empowered life or the relationship. Forget it. You can have both. So what are the 3 key ingredients to not compromising yourself in a relationship? Well, here's what I can tell you that I've discovered. Number 1, always be at work on your relationship with yourself. You got to always be at work on your relationship with yourself. I want you to think of your life being a forest, okay? And if you don't water the trees don't just stop growing. The forest doesn't just stop expanding. It dies. It turns into a raging forest fire, okay? So what are some different ways that I like to water my tree in terms of my relationship with myself? I can tell you. So one is I call on my own bluff frequently. I'll look at, I created all this with you. Tomorrow there might be something I do that totally compromises who I am. And I got to call myself out on that, right? So I can water that tree again. So calling your own bluff often is an amazing way to develop your relationship with yourself. Another one is take yourself out. Think of it like you're taking yourself out on a date. All right. And be a great date. So do things that you love, do things that you enjoy, and then be present to it while you're at it. Like, really enjoy. If you love live music like me, really enjoy the live music. Get into it, feel it out. If you are moved by, I'm just sharing from my own experience from yesterday, if you're moved by the sunset, let it in. Experience the gratitude. Okay, so these are some examples. What's another one? Oh, well, I mean, any work that you can do on yourself where you are in charge of making you happy, like you're taking yourself out. I don't care if you're taking yourself out grocery shopping or taking yourself out on, on a hot date, you making you happy and being totally in love with yourself. These are my favorite ways to water my relationship with myself. So that's the number one ingredient. Number two is who you choose to be in a relationship with. So you want to choose someone who's going to water his own tree, who's going to let you water his tree, who's going to want to water your tree. Okay. Don't go all sexual here on this. That's not what I'm talking about. Though that could be a part of it, right? But you want to be with someone who is working on himself, who is growing and expanding. And just as importantly, he values that you do the work on yourself. He values your relationship with you and gets that he doesn't want to get in the way of that. He's also someone who values the things that are important to him. And, men are actually usually pretty good at this, but he knows what's important to him. He knows what he needs, and he makes sure that he gets it. One of the things I love about Tommy is he knows that he's his best self if he does a workout at the start of his day, or actually it depends on what the day, either the start or the end. But every day this man does a workout, and it's really for his mind more than anything. He feels better. He's happier. And so when he's organizing his day, different things come up, and we don't always do things at the exact time we intend to, but that's a priority for him. And I don't want to get in the way of that because he's happier. And when he's happier, that makes a difference for me, for sure, right? So choose someone who values what we're talking about, who can be in this conversation. And then number three, the third ingredient to being in a relationship without compromising yourself is that you're watering your relationship as well. So you're watering your relationship with yourself, but you're also watering the relationship. So you want to look at with your partner, what are the things that make up that relationship? What are your priorities? What's most important to you? I know with Tommy and I, we created that love, fun, and passion are our three main priorities. So I'm always checking in when we're at, are you having fun? And if he's not having fun, or if I'm not having fun, then we're going to do something about it. Right. If, it's easy to get into the routine of things. So I pay attention to how often we make love, how passionate our love making is. And if it's, turning ordinary, we put our heads together and we actually, we impact it because it's important to us. It's important. If ever I feel any distance, when someone touches and you go, ooh, if that ever happens, I know it's time for me to be in communication. If there's something I'm just not wanting to talk about, we get it out, we get it resolved, boom, that love and affinity is back. So watering your relationship as often as you can, but also remembering that this is one of the trees of your forest of life. Okay. So I laugh because I'm obsessed with analogies, and some work better than others, but work with me here. Okay. Men are actually very good at this. Men know that their relationship with you is one tree, one part of their life. And they're often, now I'm speaking generally, okay, so this isn't all men, but for the most part, in my experience, what I've discovered through working with men is that they have your relationship be a priority, not the priority. It's a part, it's one of the trees in the whole forest. Often with women, something that we do often is we will pick an area of our life, and it's not just a relationship. We'll do it with career, or we'll do it with family. There's a lot of moms that find they do it with their kids, and we can do it with our relationship, where we pick one and we act like it's the whole forest. And we're constantly, but what we're doing is we're watering that one tree. We're flooding out that tree. That tree's got enough water, and the rest of your forest is dying. So I hope I didn't confuse you by bringing up different areas of life, right? So for right now, what we're talking about is when it's the relationship. I want you to remember that it's important to water the tree of your relationship, and it's one tree. It's not the whole forest. So don't neglect the other trees, okay? Because what you want is that lush forest. Yes? Yes. Okay, so let's recap. 3 key ingredients to a relationship without compromising yourself. 1, always be at work on your relationship with yourself. 2, choose someone who gets what that means and does it himself, okay? So he respects that in you. He loves and values that you water your own tree, and he's gonna water his own tree too, okay? And 3, water the tree of your relationship, but don't treat it like it's the whole forest. Yes? Love yourself, love your life, and fall in love. Don't settle. If this speaks to you, you're either in a relationship that you want to ignite like nobody's business, or you want to be in a relationship that fulfills on that vision that you have, the kind of love you know you want in your life, and this one sweet life that we've got, reach out to me, okay? It's michellebaxo.com/apply. That's a way to get a call with me or one of my breakthrough coaches, and we can start talking right away. Or if you want to just find out a little bit more about what I do, visit michellebaxo.com. Have a great day.